In this video, I'm going to tell you about my current work boot. I've had it for about a year. It's probably the most comfortable work boot I've ever worn. It's Timberland Pro's Hyperion waterproof work boot. So about a year ago, I started my search for a new work boot, and I wanted to try something a little different than what I was used to. I normally had the things that resembled the military combat boot, what I was used to, taller, just plain leather. Mine was a Carhartt brand, and they weren't the most comfortable things out of the box. They did break in and get a little better. But where I vary my work from inside to outside, different terrains, it wasn't comfortable when I was laying tile or inside a more finished house. It wasn't very practical. And I found myself just wearing old tennis shoes, which when I went out to my truck would get muddy and they didn't perform very well in those conditions. So I wanted something a little in between, and I was really looking for comfort more than anything else. So I just searched comfortable work boot, and this Timberland Pro just kept popping back up. So I thought I'd give it a try after I had previously tried a few more Carhartt boots that I ended up returning because I didn't like. And first thing out of the box, I put these things on, and they were the most comfortable boot that I've ever worn. They looked great. They're more of a hiking boot look. My only concern was the durability, like how this type of leather versus the other type would hold up and the kind of stuff that I was doing. And of the reviews that I'd read, that was the biggest concern, is some of the stitching had fallen apart. But I can tell you, a year later, these things, I mean, they still look decent. They don't age like a normal work boot, where if you take care of them, the leather basically really gets better with age, I think. But these require more maintenance than a normal boot. So if I was doing something with concrete and I got concrete powder on them that could dry them out, I clean them every time they get something like that. When they're just mud, I'll let them go for a few weeks and then clean them and maybe oil them up a little bit just to help the leather last. So I do take care of these a lot, and if you don't, they probably wouldn't last. But just the comfort. If you order these and buy these, I'm telling you, when you put them on out of the box, they're literally as comfortable as tennis shoes. So just to show you how they look after a year of pretty hard use, I mean, they hold up pretty good. They look really good. All the seams, I mean, none of them are breaking free. I mean, there's a one weak one about right here. It's probably the worst, but it's not all the way through. It's just from probably that continued squatting motion where I'm laying tile. But these things are covered in mud all the time, and I'm using them to lay tile, so they're getting mortar on them. But I clean them a lot, and I take care of them. So if they're not necessarily when they get covered in mud, I might let them go for a week or two. But other than that, I mean, if I get something on them that I think is going to dry out the leather or speed the wearing process, I take care of it pretty quick. And it shows you, I mean, if you take care of them, they can last. They do have this waterproof membrane, which, I mean, it works pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't go walking through a creek and completely saturate them. I don't think that would hold up. But for what I'm doing in wet grass, mud, I can spray them off with a hose and my feet stay pretty dry. They breathe well. I mean, look at the sole. I mean, the sole's in almost perfect shape. And that's on top of asphalt shingles on the roof. They don't leave black marks when I'm working on a finished floor or a hardwood floor. So I'm pretty impressed. The only negative reviews I've seen were these seams breaking. I definitely think mine would be long gone if I didn't take care of them the way I do. So I do recommend you do have to take a little bit extra care than you would your normal leather boot. But all in all, I mean, they're pretty awesome boots. I've included a link of this boot down below. I think they have a 30-day comfort guarantee, so if you didn't like them, you can return them. If you like this video, please like it. If you want to subscribe to see more videos like it and other DIY tutorial videos, you can subscribe to my channel, and I appreciate it. And thanks for watching.